Travis Wayne Goodsell. What a day. This is my channel is not a publicity stunt. I'm not doing this to entertain you guys. I'm talking with you. And you're not here, and very few of you respond with actual questions worth answering. The lawsuit that I'm referring to is federal court in Utah 219 CV 00711. You can look it up. It's real. It's not a con. It's not a fraud. It's for real. It's just that you haven't heard about it because everybody is trying to silence it. That's why I'm having difficulty getting through to people, is because other high-profile people are able to get the attention of the masses. I'm not. I'm a nobody. But I did my own lawsuit in the civil court with the federal judges in Utah, and I followed the rules on how to do it, and won. It is legitimate. It is not a con. Look for yourself. If you know federal rules, you know I won. The question is, what happens now? Because people in this situation who lose don't want to pay out. This didn't go to arbitration, where I was forced to sign a non-disclosure agreement and get a minimal settlement, because I purposely put in my lawsuit, I do not accept that. The church had to be completely destroyed and stopped. It cannot be allowed to continue to exist, because as long as it continues to exist, Mormons will continue to attack. That's what you do, Mormons. Born and raised, going on 50 years myself. Mormon. I know you. And if you're not going to look at my other videos, if you're not going to search around for other stuff I've done, that's on you. It's not on me. And so I have a person who's commenting here. He claims he's now 19. So I guess he was brought into the church at 1 year old. So you haven't been a member for 18 years if you're 19 years. You were a member since you were baptized at 8, if you were not born in the covenant. I mean, you could have been sealed to your parents at a later time, but technically members are when you're 8 years old. That's when you become a Mormon commodity. That's in the business definition of member. The other definition of a member is on a board, the one that leads the corporation. And Mormons are not on the board. Only the 15 prophets are. And so Mormons are commodities, as the church uses us to make money. And so this guy is asking my opinion. I don't give opinions. If you watch my videos, if you read my books, I don't do opinions. So that's a trigger word that's going to get me upset. And people purposely like to use that word when they know it upsets a person, but we're not going down that road on this video. That's an abusive thing that people do. He's asking if this lawsuit is going to affect the church as a whole and the members, or how is this lawsuit going to affect the church as a whole and the members? And then he says, do you think the members will hear about it? He had other stuff. Why is that not showing? He's asking, do you think members will hear about it and these will be a mass resignation, or maybe they'll discuss it at a meeting like general conference and say that I'm an anti wanting to cause trouble? No, it's over. It's over, guys. The case is closed. The final judgment has been rendered. It's time for the church to pay up. And that's where I'm at right now, is how do I get the church to pay up? And so what's going to happen with membership, though? They're not going to make it to general conference. I can guarantee you that. Is that Mormons are... I can't disclose too much because it'll reveal my strategy for obtaining the money. The members of the church are going to be shocked with the news announcement. I've been trying to warn people for 3 years, going on 4 now. So 3.5 years I've been warning everybody, saying, hey guys, this is coming, pay attention, and trying to get Mormons and those who have left the church to understand that the church has been lying to us in the gospel topic essays and trying to present the actual history and making publications about the actual history based upon actual research, not just trusting in some author who makes claims and doesn't have references or proper references, and trying to show the correct Mormon doctrine, trying to show that Joseph Smith was right on translation work, trying to help you with the buffering of the shock you will go into. I guarantee it, you will go into it. You know, I was somewhat prepared. I saw the signs, especially the book on Mormon divorces, laying on the bed when I come home from work. But not until it actually happened did I go into shock. When I came home from work and her father had come down with a U-Haul truck and it was all packed and the car was all packed, and all I get to do is watch her and the kids drive away. All my research taken, gone. And I went into shock. I just was lost. I didn't know what to do. I just wandered. My mom was in the living room because we were staying at the basement apartment. We had just moved to Utah after I graduated from the university, and she was there with her her visiting teachers in the living room there, just ignoring me. I'm in the state of shock. My kids just left, and the visiting teachers decide to barge in and talk with my mother. And so, and then work, couldn't work and function at work. I gave up on a promotion that came directly to me. It said, all you have to do is put in the request that you are interested and you automatically get it. I refused. And that's the kind of shock that I went into when I was abandoned. That's the kind of shock you will be going into when you find out the church is no more. No more Sunday, no more temple, no more missions, nothing. All gone, all done, no general conference. That's the shock I've been trying to warn you about and prepare you about so that you can handle it like I did when I found out Brigham Young ordered the murder of Joseph Smith. Yeah, that's just a taste of the shock you're going to go through. It was my research into the ancient languages that helped me through it. Knowing the correct doctrine, knowing the correct rituals, that helped me. Because otherwise, that day when I found out on the computer, I would have gone into a state of shock. My second wife at that time wouldn't know what to do either. But I prepared myself. And that's what I was hoping I was going to be able to do for you guys. And so, what will happen to the church? With my experience with Mormons across the United States, into Canada, in foreign countries even, it seems clear that the majority of you will go into a state of shock, as I'm warning about, and you will just give up on church altogether. You won't pursue other churches because the Mormon Church has told you the Mormon Church is the only true church. All else are of the devil. And so when the one true church is no longer in existence, you'll still cling to that belief and you won't pursue others. If you've had preparations by friends of another church, even studying another church on your own, that'll most likely help you migrate into that particular church that you were curious of but didn't really pursue hard enough. But for the majority of the hardcore Mormons, you'll just give up on religion. There will, however, be a number of you hardcore Mormons who are going to rise up and say, I'm going to lead the church now. I'm the one. And you're going to even get nutcases like Brian David Mitchell, who thinks he's the Messiah, that he's going to bring about the second coming, and that he's going to bring about the end of the world, Armageddon, and that he needs to rape underage girls in order to produce a cult. But they're going to prey on those Mormons who are in shock and are looking for something, anything, to give them solace. And so there will be more of a tendency to lean towards these nutcases who rise up. And so yes, I give you a warning, don't follow them. But you're going to be in a state of shock and you're not going to make good decisions during that period of time. And so that's what I see the church as a whole with the members doing. The church leadership must be held off into criminal court because of the loss in the civil court. It's not clear that that's going to happen. And so, in that situation, Mormons are going to be looking to their leaders for answers, and they're going to be in hiding. They're not going to want to show their faces because all their money is gone. And money is power. They may put out a statement, "We are in urgent need of money to continue the church." That would piss me off, because they're milking you guys to make me the bad guy, because that money belongs to me because of the judgment. Any money they receive after the judgment goes to me. They cannot function as an actual operation anymore. They are a criminal organization, and as such, they need to be shut down. The problem has been, we're in Utah, where the whole state is owned, run, and operated by the church. You've seen it as you watch the news. And so, alright, 17 minutes. I'm going to upload this tomorrow morning. I'm losing my voice. And so, you guys failed to study your scriptures. I'm not able to speak anymore. Oh my goodness, just like the Antichrist who went dumb. No, guys. See, I'm already way ahead of you. Another topic, not for this topic. So many people don't stick around for the whole video of mine because it's too long for you. You want quick things, you want to be entertained, you want things that are funny and cute. And so obviously I'm none of that. And so yes, I've had to deal with abuse from Mormons, putting thumbs down, writing abusive comments. Way to be Christ-like, guys. Good job proving my case. But I already knew you. Born and raised, going on 50 years. If you're not going to do your research about me, then it's on you. So, I mean, that's why Fawn Brody wrote her book, entitled it No Man Knows My History. It's because she thought she had this great information that was going to destroy Joseph Smith forever and blah, blah, blah. And now it's one of the frustrating things that I've been trying to fight is when the church's gospel topic essays confessed to lying and deceiving us. There was a mass exodus, but that exodus still maintained their Mormonism. You can call it baggage if you want. They still act and behave like Mormons, even though they now speak against the church and the gospel, even in some cases, about how wrong it is. And they trust the church when they come out and say they've lied to us. The main one is the church lied to us about Joseph Smith regarding polygamy. But then they say, we confess now, after they've confessed to lying and deceiving, they then say, we're now confessing Joseph did practice polygamy, and it was all in secret, and they just throw him under the bus. And that's why people left. If it was for that reason, then there's Brigham Young's racism, there's the Book of Abraham, there's the Book of Mormon, and the plagiarism, and so lots of different reasons. But again, each and every time, the church confesses to lying and deceiving, and then come out with another claim. And everybody believes the new claim. That is so frustrating. Come on, guys. They just confess to lying and deceiving. You cannot trust anything else they say now. You have to do your own research like I did. Because when I did my research, all of the accusations against Joseph Smith for polygamy, for example, all were shot down to hell. They were all lies. And the evidence that Joseph Smith didn't practice polygamy popped out of the woodwork. Book of Mormon, 3 times, no polygamy, no polygamy, no polygamy. Even his father, no polygamy. When he was in the New Israelites in Vermont, where the members were practicing polygamy, he never became a member. He was more interested in divining, apparently, but he never pursued it for a career because he wasn't successful at it, even though he was called an expert, master, whatever it's called, diviner, rodsman. But again, you have to find the facts and the evidence. You can't just trust somebody who's just lied to you. And then the Doctrine and Covenants of 1835, the chapter on no polygamy. And then you find out, section 132 was put into Brigham's Doctrine and Covenants the year before he died. The year after his severe divorce, where his ex succeeded in having him jailed. Then read over 132 under that context. You realize Joseph is not saying, Emma, if you don't let me have multiple wives, you're dead. That's not Joseph. But then you read, and it says, women who are adulterers must die. Oh, you want to murder your recent ex-wife because of what she did to you. It was Brigham Young who wrote it. That's how you do research. That's how you find the truth. And yet, tons of people are believing the lie after being told that the source of the lie has been lying and deceiving this whole time. Want to do another one? Seerstone. How many were there in Joseph's hat? Did you know it was only Martin Harris who made that claim? Nobody else made that claim. How many rocks? Church says 1. There were 2. The interpreters. Book of Mormon says so. Joseph Smith is referred to as Gazelum, which means seer. And these interpreters, rocks, are which he uses to uncover the corrupt practices. And then you hear about the Urim and Thummim being used. Urim, Thummim. 2. And yet the church only says, nope, just 1. It's just this one rock. You just throw up your heads and go, oh my God, they just can't stop lying. And people are believing the lie after being confessed to that they've been lying to them. So, yeah. It's going to be a sad day. Nobody should ever have to experience a trauma to the point where they go into shock. It's no fun. And it lasts years. So, yeah, there will be pocket groups, possibly. Gatherings in neighborhoods, maybe even family tribes who start a religion. I don't know. The manner in which it looks like I'm going to be doing will not be handed over the keys scenario if you've been watching my other videos. And so it'll have to be a collection. Yeah, so we'll have to see what process will be allowed to me. But it's over, Mormons. This isn't something you can go around and make comments, because I hold all my comments for review. So the one other lady who thinks that she's communicating with other people, nope, you've been deleted. You're not going to create a group, a mob against me. Not on my channel, even. You know, that kind of bullying has to stop. That's the abuse that got the church into trouble. They taught you to be that abusive. The church leaders taught you that. And that's why I'm just seeing over and over again Mormons attacking, Mormons being mean, Mormons being abusive. You're a disgrace. You're a shame to the religion. You're a shame to the true God, which is not the Mormon God. So, "30 minutes, I'm going to bed. You'll see this in the morning."